Okay, good morning, everybody, from rainy Thailand. This is Paul Doyon, your English teacher. So, yesterday it was rainy, today it is rainy, and tomorrow it will be rainy, probably. So, today I would like to address a problem I often hear a lot of students make, and this has to do with yes no questions in the present tense. Usually students at maybe the A1, A2, or the B1 level, CFR, the Common European Framework for Referencing level, will make these mistakes. So we're talking about basic, beginning, elementary, and even pre-intermediate level students making mistakes with the yes/no questions. They often confuse using the be verb is, am, and are with either do or does. So they get those mixed up. So I'm going to explain that today. So we're talking about yes/no questions in the present tense, and when we're talking about when we use the be verb, we use it with either an adjective or a noun, and when we use do or does, we use those with regular verbs. So, for example, we use the be verb to describe a permanent or temporary state. So, for example, he is happy. He is a man. Okay. We use the present tense regular verbs to describe usually an habitual action or a state. Okay, so for example, I go to the gym 3 times a week. Okay, I live in Thailand. I have a job. Okay, so we're either talking about habitual actions or states when we're using the present tense verb, regular verb. So the problem I hear is people will say things like, do you happy? Or are you go to the gym often? Okay, so they're mixing up do and does with is, am, and are. Okay, so like I said, with is, am, and are, we use that with adjectives and nouns, and do or does we use with verbs. Usually, there's one exception. I'll get to that later. Okay, so for example, with is, am, and are, we usually invert the verb. So for example, I am happy. Okay, we can either say, am I happy? Or are you happy? Okay, I am a man. Am I a man? Are you a man? Okay, so we invert the subject with the verb to make the question. However, when we're talking about using regular verbs, I go to the gym 3 times a week, we add do or does. So we would add do to this. Do you or do I go to the gym 3 times a week, or do you go to the gym 3 times a week? Okay, I live in Thailand. Do you live in Thailand? Okay, I have a job. Do you have a job? Okay, so when we have the verb, we use do or does. Okay, and when we're using an adjective or a noun, we use is, am, and are. Except in the case where we're talking about the present continuous tense, okay? So, are you going to the store? Okay, this is a case where we add be verb to the regular verb and ing to talk about the present continuous. Okay, so, yes, so do or does. Okay, does he have a job? No, he doesn't. Does he live in China? No, he doesn't. Okay, so we're using do and does with he, she, and it. Do with I am, or I, you, they, and we. Okay. All right, so I think that covers it. Thank you for listening, and I will see you next time. Bye.